Do-Rag Wisdom here, folks, and today's Earth date is Y2K 17.05.12. Keith Olbermann, on his recent broadcast, called what we're going through a coup, and he is begging any intelligence service all over the world, except of course the Russians, to come up with anything they know about, facts they know about, investigations they know about the birther bastard Trump Putin. Because, like me, this beloved news commentator, who used to be on MSNBC, said that this was a coup. Like me, he agrees that what this creep did to us and his party is a coup. And you should know that he has nominated the creep who originated the Papers, Please thing. I think it was in Arizona, one of those places. Trump has him investigating voter fraud. Trump has admitted in an interview that he fired Comey because he wants the Russian investigation to stop. Here is a creep, a traitor, the Trumputin bastard who thinks that he's above our laws, above our Constitution. He's not accountable to anyone as far as he's concerned. And the GOP bastards in the House and in the Senate who are enabling him are traitors as well. And if they refuse to demand a blue ribbon, select independent committee with an independent prosecutor to investigate this creep, then as far as I'm concerned, they are tainted and they should be impeached too. You know what this creep does? He bought a crystal chandelier for wherever he hangs out in the White House. He gives himself pie and 2 scoops of ice cream every night. He got himself a 60-inch TV in his wherever he could watch and curse, because apparently he yells and curses and screams at the TV anybody who disagrees with him. This person got in there only because 50% of the people in this country didn't vote for anybody. And I've said this before. If you voted, I respect you. And that means I don't care if you voted for Trump, Clinton, Stein, or the other schmeck. Okay? Anybody who votes and takes a stand, as far as I'm concerned, they get my respect, and I don't call what they do a wasted vote. That's me. That's just my opinion. But what I can't stand is people who live in a free country who don't even exercise their right. At all. And now, the frothing at the mouth, rabid bastard at the back of the auditorium who we always hear at these community meetings, I want to do this. I want to bring in guns to mentally ill people. I want to grab pussies. I want the Mexicans out. I want the Muslims out. I want the free press out. 50% of the people don't vote, and that's what you get in the government. And now we're seeing exactly what happens when we do that. All us aspiring screenwriters, and again, I'm working on my own projects, but if you're out there, this movie we're in now, this epic political thriller, if it ends with this creep and his party going down in flames, we are on the money. Now, Lawrence O'Donnell teaches me many things. Here's a man that worked in the government. And it is time, especially when James Comey came out and said the guy is crazy. This creep, Trump Putin, birther bastard, he's wacko. Dangerously wacko. And believe me, I've said this before. I know wacko when I see it. Every wacko knows their own. So I learned on Lawrence O'Donnell about something called the 25th Amendment. The 25th Amendment. I hope you could read that. I don't know, it's probably hard, but it's 25th Amendment. And I'm going to read directly from this as best I can. It's written in legalese. Presidential disability and succession. Section 1. In case of the removal of the president from office or of his death or resignation, the vice president shall become president. We're screwed no matter what, because these GOP, with their voter suppression and their gerrymandering, they have this, and the Democratic Party with their corporatist BS, they're lined up. I mean, we can end up with Paul Ryan as president of the country, or even Betsy DeVos. That's how screwed this is. But we have to get that creep out. He's wacko. The guy's, I believe the guy's insane. Okay, that's a legal term, but I believe that. Section 2. Whenever there is a vacancy in the office of the president shall nominate a vice president who shall take office upon confirmation. Okay, that's the. Section 3. Whenever the president transmits to the president pro tempore of the Senate and the Speaker of the House of Representatives his written declaration that he is unable to discharge the powers and duties of his office, and until he transmits to them a written declaration to the contrary, such powers and duties shall be discharged by the vice president as acting president. All right, now this is section 4. And I'm not trying to bore you folks. This is our Constitution. This is the thing that creep is not above. No person in this country is above the law. And you know, James Comey, this creep claims that James Comey wanted to come to the White House to speak to this creep, and it turns out that the creep Trump actually invited Comey and demanded his fealty, demanded his loyalty, and Comey refused. And that's one of the reasons why he's fired. He's going to continue that investigation. That creep is angry because Comey said he was nauseous that he could have decided the outcome of the election. This crazy narcissist psychopath wants total fealty, total adulation. The only thing he's going to get from me is the shit out of my anus. And by the way, that's too good for him. Now what if this creep, because insane people don't know they're insane, doesn't want to temporarily get rid of his presidential certificates until he's sane. Here's section 4. Whenever the vice president and a majority of either the principal officers of the executive departments or of such other body as Congress may by law provide, transmit to the president pro tempore of the Senate and the Speaker of the House of Representatives their written declaration that the president is unable to discharge the powers and duties of his office, the vice president shall immediately assume the powers and duties of the office as acting president. So if these creeps who now are in charge of our government decide to be patriots, Americans, respecters of the law, understanding that no one is above the law, if we had people like that, they would act on section 4, remove this guy until he is sane, put that creep Pence in, or eventually, of course, we have to impeach this creep Trump because he has already committed high crimes and misdemeanors by blocking justice. Blocking, hiding, running. If you love our unique democracy, democratic republic as much as I do, which of course always needs to be worked on, we have to invoke the 25th Amendment of our Constitution, and we have to eventually impeach every scumbag GOP involved with Russia and in undermining our democratic republic.